Hi, I'm Andre Kikoski. I'm here to talk about the Wright restaurant at the Guggenheim Museum that we designed. I would first like to say that this is a project that could only have happened with the amazing collaboration that we had, the Guggenheim Museum, restaurant associates, and a very talented team inside our office. And of course, the artist Liam Gillick all worked hard to let this be the great project that it turned out to be. Working in the shadow of Frank Lloyd Wright is certainly a challenge anytime, and inside the Guggenheim Museum, that's absolutely the case as well. We looked at the space that Wright had originally envisioned for the restaurant in the back corner of 89th Street, 88th Street on Fifth Avenue. The space itself was rather unremarkable. Carpeted, photos, really kind of simple. So our first warm-up, we did a little Corian espresso bar called Cafe 3, which was our way of working with some of the sculptural shape of the building to create this little 14-foot long arc and a couple of shelves that move through the space. And this had a really fun, plastic, energetic quality like the tectonics of the building. So we thought this begins to capture the energy of the rotunda, and let's bring this into what we're doing. We made some sketches, we made some study models, we photographed the models, we drew over them, because the question of how to translate some of that energy into our own language and our own design was a formidable one. So what we started to do was to play with this football shape, the primitive initial, and superimpose it over our plan and rotate it, because Wright always just extruded it, and we thought if we could do something that he wouldn't have done, then we'll begin our own language. And we started producing renderings and study models. This is a wall in our conference room that was littered with material. Renderings, everything done in-house. We all worked tirelessly on this, like hundreds of hours a week. We brought a collaboration in with Liam Gillick, who is a permanent collection artist in the Guggenheim Museum, and together we created a piece inside the space, some early ideas of Liam's, some of the work of our collaboration where he would give us ideas and we would model them with our design in terms of color and space and texture. What's very fun about this rendering is his work kind of disappears as this gray piece, and we started to study it in color and realized that there's some two very different ideas about how we're both addressing the dynamic quality of the museum, us in the language of swooping energetic curves, and Liam with what he called the bullseye, that empty white square in the back corner. And it was really fun and incredible collaboration. We've become even better friends since. The question always of how something looks from renderings to reality was something we were worried about, but we were happy that this came together quite beautifully. As much as we were meticulous about the design of what we were doing, the language we were trying to create, we also wanted to be meticulous about the construction. So you see paper study models of the communal table, and here we are laser cutting the supports for the legs, also using the primitive initial that we extruded and tapered. We did a ceiling canopy made out of a tension membrane to be able to get the kind of control and energy that we wanted, and because it was the Guggenheim, we thought, we can't leave this to chance and build it out of sheetrock on site. So this was quite fun. All our millwork was also produced off-site for us in a really beautiful facility up in Hudson with, again, a meticulous craftsman. And some of the photographs of the construction process, this is about a 1,600 square foot space. So we opened up the ceiling and replaced the building systems. We replaced the porthole windows. We really brought it down to its basics. And then we started to drop in our components. One of my favorite shots from the whole construction sequence Something that Wright never would have done with his heavy concrete, but we were able to do with these lighter, thinner materials and planes, these modern membranes that we thought were important to how we can work today. So the art similarly was installed in a modular capacity, the furniture, and then the final product. So as you walk in through a historic glass door that Wright had, we have Liam's work wrapping the ceiling, the wall, the frontal plane, which is something that we really pushed him to not just hang art on the wall, but really envelop the space as dramatically as he could. There are all sorts of horizontal datums that are operative in here, creating a very dynamic final product with lots of layering and textural quality to the space, echoed in the glass shelves in the bar, the striation of the banquette, the triple layering of the ceiling canopy, and of course lots of super high-tech LED lighting throughout. And what's interesting too, the photographer said, I need to come back and take more pictures, because even though it's only 1,600 square feet, every time I turn around there's a new shot. And I thought that was significant because he trained with Frank Lloyd Wright, Peter Aaron from Esto, with the photography that Ezra Stoller did for Wright at the Guggenheim. So it was kind of a nice coincidence. And we're just very pleased with the way it turned out, the shapes, the beautiful Corian, the custom metalwork that we did. Really, from every vantage point, it's a really unique place to sit and have the art envelop you, as not a lot of other places allow you to do. One of the comments that we received from the Guggenheim was that we thought the metal was a little too flashy and too blingy, which is really not what we're all about. So again, we worked with an incredible metal worker to not only turn the stainless steel into like a brushed nickel, but then we dimpled it so that while it had this beautiful mirrored quality, it also recalled some of the raw concrete that Wright was working with. We found, echoing Wright's commitment to innovative materials, we found this incredible product from Austria that has fiber optics impregnated between bits of wood, and we backlit it with LEDs to a great effect. We are thrilled that the project has not only been a success as an installation, but as you can see here, has received an amazing amount of recognition from the design community that we're really appreciative for as well. A couple corollaries that came from this, because we couldn't find proper furniture for it, we designed our own furniture, and this is now the Guggen chair that one can buy at Ligne Rosé. And in a recent jury, Terence Conran was praising even the furniture in the installation. And a small offshoot, something that we weren't able to build but hope that will be there for us in the future. We did a little kiosk for the front of the museum space, trying to turn some of the energy of the building as a small piece of architecture. So there's this primitive initial shaped teardropped kiosk tucked discreetly below the entryway. It was made out of impregnated resin over stainless steel and tiles that recalled the shape and form of the building, and was meant to also disappear the further you got from it. So it would really recede from the building, but yet have its own presence. Thank you for your interest in what we did. It was really pretty phenomenal for us to be able to have not one but 3 projects in the Guggenheim, and we're pleased that they all turned out so well. So thank you.